I just found a piece of my hair. It came out. I'm going bald. Do it. If you do a lot of research, this happens a lot if you're new to my channel. Yeah. Hey you guys, it's MJ and welcome back to Pet Adventures again. So we are still on the daily vlogging series. Can you believe it? We're still doing it. We is still on the vlogging series. Just remember, it is 30 days. If you're new to my channel, I am doing a daily video series where I do everyday videos for exactly 30 days. So yeah, we're still doing that. Yes. And as you can see, I'm sure you guys can see right now, I do have my zebra comfy blanket back here, so because I don't want to sit on the floor odd enough. Couldn't you believe it? I don't want to sit on my cold floor. No. And so today we are going to talk about why you should not buy any animal on impulse. And please keep in mind, I have done this before. I'm not saying I haven't, but why not learn from my mistakes and why not just avoid it? You don't want to, trust me, you don't want to find out. It's no good. It's not. It's not. So basically I have come up with 3 important reasons why no one should impulse buy. And in case you don't know what impulse buy means, it basically means buying a pet on impulse. Yes, why you don't want to go to PetSmart or Petco and just buy any little guinea pig that your heart desires. So let's get right into it. The number 1 reason that I have come to why you do not want to impulse buy on a pet is you don't want to harm the animal. If you impulse buy, you could very likely harm the animal. I just found a piece of my hair. It came out. I'm going bald. Basically, you don't want to impulse buy any pet because it can do a lot of harm to a pet. If you don't know the care of any pet, there are so many things that can happen. And don't go to PetSmart or Petco and expect to learn everything because the odds are they don't probably know either. So yeah, you don't want to do that. No, no. And so for instance, a good example is if you buy a bearded dragon, like they say that you can buy sand for them when sand can actually impact them and kill them. It's one of the leading deaths for a lot of reptiles. So let's just say that they say you can get sand for your leopard gecko and bearded dragon and it ends up killing your leopard gecko or bearded dragon. You don't want that happening. So yeah, that's one reason you don't want to impulse buy. No. And if you don't know the basic care and setup for any animal, there are a million things that can happen. You buy a goldfish, put it in a bowl, it dies. You buy sand for leopard gecko and beardies, it dies. Try to give superworms to your leopard gecko. The superworms are almost as big as the leopard gecko sometimes. That's what it looks like. It dies. You guys had some really bad cases of the diarrhea. They had really bad cases of diarrhea. Whew. It's gonna be nice making the rest of this video. Smelling that back there. Number 2 tip that you don't want to impulse buy any pet is it is money wasting. It simply wastes your money. And the reason why is because when you impulse buy on a pet and the odds are that the associate does not know what they're talking about and they don't know anything about the pet at your typical pet store, chain pet store, or whatever, your cases are high that they will give you a lot of things that you don't need. Often they will do this on purpose, sometimes they don't mean to, but a lot of the times they will do this on purpose. I worked at a pet store where this was absolutely true. It was a commission-based type job, so everyone kind of wanted commission over what this, what that, and a lot of the associates had no idea about a certain pet, but they would just tell the customer, the wonderful customer that's always right but doesn't know anything about the pets. They would tell the customer, buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that, and they would know if it's true or not, and I would see it right in front of my eyes, trust me. But they'll make you buy a lot of things that you don't need, and sometimes they'll give you things you don't need. You know, they don't know, and they're trying their best to help you out, but honestly they just don't know. If you do a lot of research online and kind of figure out what you need and what you don't need, and do a big analysis on it, do a lot of research on it, do as much research as you can for a few weeks at least on the pet that you're wanting to buy, then you will have everything you need, and everything you don't need will be out of the way, and you'll know exactly what to get, where to get it, and you won't even have to ask any questions at the pet store. So you can just go in, know what you're looking for. At the most, you can just ask an associate where to find the item it is that you're looking for, and then that's it. And then you skedaddle, go back home, and you do your setup for the pet that you're trying to get. So yeah, that helps. And the third reason why you should not impulse buy is it can be a big letdown for the kid. If you're buying a pet for your kid or something like that, it can be a very big letdown for that kid if something goes wrong with the animal and it gets harmed, or you end up buying a bunch of the stuff it doesn't need. It can be a big letdown if the animal is getting harmed or even dies because you don't know what you're supposed to get and not get. So that can be quite devastating, and if you just keep getting different pets or whatever, or you keep replacing that pet, some kids are okay with that, I suppose, but a lot of kids aren't. I know that when I was a kid, when a certain animal died, there was no replacing that animal, and I couldn't stand it. And if you're having to buy even a fish numerous times, it dies, you go back to the pet store, get your money back, blah 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 blah, you just keep doing the whole thing over and over again. I've seen this happen. That is a waste of gas money, a waste of time, and a waste of education that you could be having right now. So go get your education on whatever pet you want to get, and do not impulse buy. It is the worst thing you can do in the pet care society, and I get it, I've done it before, but if you are going to impulse buy, at least do one thing. If you happen to impulse buy, one thing, okay? When you go home, girl, do as much research as you possibly can. Find out the bare essentials that make the pet thrive, okay? Go to the pet store the next day and get at least the bare essentials that it needs, and slowly work your way up and up and up, and don't stop researching until you feel like you just can't research anymore. That is how it has to be. You getting my drift? Are you getting my drift? Thank you. I have issues, if you haven't noticed. Nah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget that every time I release a video, I make a blog post as well on petadventureshop.com, so go check that out. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I make a video. And please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already to join the Adventures crew. And please give this video a big thumbs up, especially if you love pets and if you are not going to impulse buy now because of moi. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!